Hello, welcome back to a brand new live stream. Today, I'm gonna talk about what I would recommend you guys to look at with this market that is being so choppy, it's been so uncertain. I can't say that I've been having a lot of fun over the last few weeks. Obviously, I've been taking a hit in my portfolio like the majority of you guys watching this video. But I do believe that we are at a point in which, at least for the trenches, for a gem perspective, things are starting to look interesting. So maybe we can do a little bit of gem hunting today on Deck Screener, because there's actually some things that I'm finding really interesting. And for the first time in months, I would say, even for the first time in this second half of the year, we're starting to see runners in the trenches. I'm sure that the majority of you guys like caught Franklin. I mean, it went to like 17 million in market cap earlier. So the trenches are definitely alive. And also when it comes to my main spot holding portfolio, I've been accumulating some picks that I do think that they're gonna explode as soon as the sentiment comes back in. So as I always say during my live stream, if this is not the first live stream that you see, I mean, I'm Cepryl, nice to meet you. You can find all my links on my main YouTube channel down in the description below. But I always say that at the end of the day, I don't care if people are having this theories of like 4-year cycle, it's still a thing, it's not a thing. At the end of the day, when we see the fear and greed index going towards the red, right now we're just getting out of the extreme fear, but still into a deep fear situation. These are always going to be the best opportunities, guys, for you to accumulate altcoins at a very cheap price, because even if we have a bear market, even if, you know, the market is not going to be having this altcoin season everybody expects, it's still going to be a good opportunity because there's still going to be good bounces and you can still leverage this short-term occasions to actually buy cheap and sell higher. So there's still a way to make money, whether we have a bear cycle, bull cycle. I mean, if you just go on crypto Twitter, somebody's going to tell that we are still in a bull market. Some people say, oh, 4-year cycle, Bitcoin is going to go to 60K within a matter of weeks. It doesn't really matter. In my opinion, if you just get into these altcoins now, you can't really go wrong. So I want to start this live stream by saying everything that I've been accumulating into my spot portfolio. I don't want to just keep everything. Obviously, I have a private group, and obviously I give alpha plays in there, especially into the degen space and into scalp trading plays in futures. But for my spot portfolio, I do want to keep too much, especially because I've really trimmed my portfolio down to very few picks. So obviously, one of my main picks that I've been accumulating from the very start of this bull cycle, so to speak, in 2023 has been 𝗙𝗲𝗃. I've already talked very extensively about 𝗙𝗲𝗃. I have a full playlist on my YouTube channel, so you can definitely check it out if you're interested in learning more about the tech. But I do think that it has bottomed out at around this 5 cents level. I don't see it as going any lower than that. And obviously it's been all over the news on crypto Twitter because the founder has been taking a very direct stance against the cabal treatment that Binance has been having for basically listing altcoins that are more like cabal oriented. And I mean, they've been listing projects like PIPPIN in the last couple of years, but they're not listing very good utility projects that are completely fair launch with no pre-mine supply, with no distribution to the team, no pre-allocation, and they are very decentralized, but still Binance is not really listing them. So one of the main things about 𝗙𝗲𝗃, there is another layer one. It's not a blockchain, it's a block DAG. Study what that actually means. At the end of the day, it's not listed on Coinbase and Binance. That is probably a double-edged sword. There's very good pros about the fact that it's not listed there because it could be a good catalyst event, but it's also cons because a lot of people are speculating that it's never gonna make it to those exchanges. In my opinion, it's extremely cheap right now. This is more about something that is decentralized, and obviously it's not gonna be getting a cabal treatment. There's not gonna be VCs pumping your bags, and that could also be seen as like a drawback in and of itself. Now, when it comes to like the more VC projects, my biggest conviction is 𝗠𝗲. That is probably my biggest bag still right now. And obviously, 𝗠𝗲, I want to say something. I do believe that obviously, like a couple days ago, we saw a big pump that has been partly retracing over the last 24 hours, and Saturdays and Sundays, the weekends are still very sideways for the most part. But what I like about 𝗠𝗲, that obviously it dumped a lot, and there's no denying about that. But if you see just the daily chart, when it went from 1.30 to 1.77 in one single day, it went up 30% in basically 24 hours. So my most important line of thinking right now when accumulating altcoins and when deciding to keep something in my portfolio or not is seeing the reaction of this kind of projects. Because if a project is so down, and every time the Bitcoin goes down like 2-3%, it goes down like 20% and it never recovers when we have green days, then you probably, without giving you any financial advice, you probably want to let go of those things because they're probably a thing of the past. And just because something went like a 10 to 20x between 23 and 24, it doesn't mean that it's going to make it back. It's probably best to cut some of your losses and reallocate into the things that are actually moving in the market. So if something doesn't really look like the chart of 𝗠𝗲, that when we have a very green day, it doesn't pump 20 to 30% on a daily basis, I am sorry, but it's probably time to let go of those projects. This is why I've also been abandoning some of the altcoins that I was holding before, some that were like even much lower in market cap. But right now, guys, like when I'm seeing the market recover a little bit and I see these massive pumps in the market, like the ones of 𝗠𝗲 are having, yeah, obviously it's going to retrace, because if something pumps 30% in one day, it's really just not sustainable. And this goes vice versa, right? It goes even towards the opposite direction. If something dumps like 30% in one day, it's probably going to recover, at least bounce back, at least have a dead cat bounce, okay, as we call it. So in my opinion, given that 𝗠𝗲 is reacting so well, and also the activity on X is really ramping up a lot. I'm seeing a lot of movement when it comes to stable coins. I think the volume of stable coins on 𝗠𝗲 is really into the top 5 of ecosystems out there. The intern of 𝗠𝗲 is kind of like having a lot of fun on X. He's posting some even memeable stuff, and it's really bull posting a lot. And overall, I think that the tech is developing, and there's also investors and angel investors that are focused on just pumping their bags. And also, we saw the news of Vanguard that is going to be making available some other altcoins for purchasing through ETFs. And the two that Vanguard had mentioned just the other day were 𝗠𝗲 and 𝗖. And these are in fact some of my top convictions. Although with 𝗖, I gotta admit that I'm not 100% certain just in this very moment, because it's not really reacting a lot in terms of price action, unlike 𝗠𝗲 is doing right now. The catalyst events are there. The news are quite bullish, but 𝗖 is not really reacting a lot like I would like it to react, but 𝗠𝗲 is, okay? So I've been accumulating more 𝗠𝗲. I bought 𝗠𝗲 actually this morning at 152. Right now it's 155. I think that anything below 170 is extremely cheap. I wouldn't buy above 170, but anything between the 130 to 170 range, it doesn't really matter, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, if we're gonna get a real altcoin run and we go to like a $3, $4, $5 𝗠𝗲 even, or perhaps even more to new highs, it really doesn't matter what your price of buying is going to be, because you can always DCA. Don't go all in on one day, because we can always have like a 10% down day and stuff like that. But in my opinion, if the price action keeps being like this, like big pumps and then some retracing and stuff like that, I do believe it's going to do quite well. And also the other pick that I've been buying this morning has been Hyperliquid. I bought Hyperliquid this morning at, I think 30.7. Yeah, I think that was the dip. Yeah, I bought around here. But again, 30.70 or 31.42, does it really matter? We saw token unlocks that were extremely discussed, and a lot of people were fighting because, oh, there's going to be like 500 million that are going to be unlocked to basically 10 team members. But the fact is that the majority of those team members have been restaking those tokens. There's also talks about doing OTC to angel investors. I don't know. I'm not following these things too much, to be completely honest. But Hyperliquid has been one of the strongest charts out there. The perpetual DEX narrative is going nowhere. We also have Aster. I don't like Aster as much as I like Hyperliquid. But guys, in my opinion, Hyperliquid is still going to be here to stay. Okay. So these are the main picks that I've been accumulating right now. But also, I'm doing a lot of futures trading. I'm doing a lot of scalps. And if you haven't joined on my intro offer with Bitunix, you're probably doing something wrong, because Bitunix, in collaboration with myself, is giving away up to $10,000 in USDT if you just start using the exchange. There's only 9 days. Oh no, they actually updated. They added a couple days. Okay, so you're in luck. You have 12 days to participate to this offer, okay? If you deposit over $2,000, you get the VIP3 upgrade. So you basically spend a little to no fees when doing trades. And if you deposit up to 100K, you get up to $10,000 in USDT. So it's 10% money that you get. It's literally free money. So if you're not doing it, I mean, what the hell are you doing? Just register, sign up with the link that I have down in the description, and you're gonna get all of these deposit bonuses, and all details are in this flyer that you can see right there. So I'm doing some perps right now. Obviously, in my VIP group, I also give future signals. Plex is not here with me. I wanted to bring him on my show today to give you a bit of market update when it comes to futures, but he's sick at the moment. So everybody wish Plex to feel better soon. And I'm gonna focus instead on actually looking at the trenches, because the trenches are getting interesting. As I was saying before, we saw Franklin running it. So I can't say that I found this at 1 million in market cap. I bought this at 3 million first, but even buying at 3 million, I was able to get and to bring to my VIP group, link in the description, okay, 𝗷𝗶𝗃𝗁𝗏/Cepryl. I was still able to bring like a 6x. So did you guys buy this thing? Because Franklin seems to be the mascot of the trenches. I'm not sure why he has an Italian flag right there. But anyway, this turtle is kind of been researching the trenches. I honestly have no idea why it's been pumping so much. But when I first started seeing that everybody was talking about it in the trenches, it's freaking crazy, bro. It's freaking crazy. I don't even know that much about the lore, but I think that pretty much everybody knows this frog, right? It's freaking crazy. Guys, if you have any picks in the trenches that you want me to take a look at, just leave it down in the comments and I'm going to take a look. SYNAPZ, I have no idea what that is. Let's take a look. Distributed GPU. Join the early access. Why does that not sound good? Early accesses. What the hell is this? It's like a GPU. Are GPU projects coming back? I mean, first of all, why would it launch on Pump Fund? That is my first question. Like, a project like this really belongs to Ethereum, in my opinion. But again, who am I to judge? I mean, I made money with meme coins. This is not really a meme coin, it's a GPU project, but I also made a lot of money when it came to AI agents and the GPU narrative before the trenches were even a thing. But I don't know, this chart just looks up only. Like if I just look at this, it's like just a giant trend line. I don't think it's a good buy just by looking at the chart. But I mean, if this is not LARP and it's actually good, could be an idea. Could be an idea. Single instruction, multiple data. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's the one. I don't know. Why is it on Pump Fund? Like, these kind of projects don't really belong to Pump Fund, in my opinion. But also, the chart is just up only. It could go higher, but it's too risky for me. Leewood Jones, let's go. Let's go. Hi to everyone. Say what's up in the chat. I want to say hello to you guys. Benzomatic, hello. Brandon, hello. Hobby, like, thank you so much. Sheep market. I think you meant shit market. Liked. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Smash the freaking likes. Veracity. I was trading. I think it's all news. Why would you buy old projects? I want to buy things that are very relevant right now, that I think that they have a strong upside for what is to come, for the next leg up in the market. There's a very strong chance that the rates are going to be cut once again. I think that the next FOMC meeting is next Thursday or something like that. Then the QE is going to start. Like, there's a lot of signs that are actually there's a lot of signs that are actually signaling that we might be back sooner than later, okay? Pump Fund is for DGen, non-infrastructure project. Yeah, I agree, but this doesn't really sound like a DGen project, you know? It's like GPU. Is the GPU stuff like DGen for you, bro? Like, I don't think so. Maybe we have a different definition of like DGen. But anyway, GDK. Damn, this is still like, guys, look at this chart. Like 290K entry for my VIP group. If you're not in there, what the fuck are you doing? Because honestly, like, this was like a 12x, 3.5 million all-time high. If you haven't checked out the last live stream that I did on my last show on Saturday, we did an AMA with the team. So freaking bullish. They're also starting a casino line, and the coin is going to have more and more utility. And they already partnered with a German casino, and they're putting into the chart basically all of the revenue from that casino. So it's like buyback. It's all buybacks, okay? So unlike all of these other altcoins that the VCs are going to dump on you, here the VCs, the casino guys, are just buying on the chart and making you richer. And there's no strings attached. These guys are freaking loaded with money, and I think it shows. I think it reflects on the chart, you know what I'm saying? I've also had my eyes on 𝗙𝗪, but the chart looks quite crap right now, I'm not gonna lie. I bought it at 200K, went to like 600, did a 3x on this, I still have a moonback, but the chart is not looking good. The chart is not looking good. Is this cooked? Very low volume. It's on base, so it might just like, you know, go back in no time. But yeah, right now it's not looking good. Let's look at other stuff. SYNAPZ I'm still holding. Been talking about it into my last couple of live stream. It's kind of like degen at the end of the day because it's a meme, but it also blends AI. They have a company in the UK. It's patented. They have a copyright on the IP and the tech that they're building. So yeah, at the end of the day, the chart is not that bad. It's still ranging as long as it doesn't lose this trend. Right now, it's kind of like ranging around this level of 600K. So it seems like there's enough supply control for this one. Could do really well. Could do really well. We'll see. What else did I want to talk about for the trenches? Oh, we saw other runners, by the way. I'm not sure if you saw the Pokemon one. KABUTO. Is this still going? Let's see. I think this one is cooked now. Yeah, I called it in my group. 13 million. I think it's cooked now. But, you know, these narratives in the trenches, they're lasting for like 24 to 48 hours, not more. In fact, this is why I'm surprised to see Franklin still do quite well and actually achieve a new all-time high today, because it's been around for 5 days already. So I would say that just because of how everybody's talking about it right now, we might see a new leg up from here. So maybe we have a new leg up and we go, maybe we do something like that. And this is like the final leg up. We top here. We're not going to go to 100 mil, but we could have another leg up. Are you late to this? Yes, you are. I keep it real. I think you're late. But it could still go higher. It could still do like a 2-3x. Probably no more than that. From 1 million, you could have missed a 30x. Yeah, sure. But I just wouldn't buy now. I mean, you can buy it 2-3x, okay. But if you're looking for like a 20-30x, just find the next trend or join my group. There, I'm going to give you the trend. But it's not a good idea to just look for like the crazy multipliers after they've already run. I can say the same thing about 67. This has been everywhere. 6-7, 6-7. I don't even understand this trend. I don't think it's funny. I don't like it. Why is this funny? Can somebody explain to me why this is funny? Because I don't find it funny at all. But 6-7. Do you think it's funny? I don't think it's funny. No, it's not freaking funny. It's not freaking funny, but it's like, it's ranging here as support, still 16 million. It went to 43. Even this website is so trash. Like, this website doesn't say anything. There's like a block of text and some random images of TJR, Orange, and some of these guys. Guys, I have no idea. Like, the trenches are so cooked. But you know what? There's a good... Doesn't say anything like the meme itself. Yeah, maybe, I get it. But you know what, guys? Like, the thing is that this is good for the trenches. Because if you go on this website, they're basically telling people to buy with a credit card or moonshot. This is as normie onboarding as it possibly can get. If you see your Uber driver or your barber talking about, hey, I bought 6-7 on moonshots, that is as much as like a top signal as possible, which we're definitely not there because I don't think that these things are happening yet. But if those things were to happen, and it seems like we are on the way there, people are gonna make millions with meme coins again, like it was the case for last year, from the things that were happening last year. There's been instructions that are like clear and normie friendly. That's very interesting. Very, very interesting. I like this one. I like the meme coin. I don't like the meme itself. But the meme coin, I think they can do very well. Really inversely proportioned. Because I think that the meme itself is like terrible. That is pretty much my... Oh no, we need to add something else. WOJAK. This one I'm holding. This one I'm holding. Right now it's losing this trend line. I think it's gonna recover it though. I'm gonna add it to the watch list, and I'm also gonna add Troll. I think that Troll, they're also making a lot of moves. I'm seeing that they're doing like theme parties and stuff like that on social media. There's a lot of stuff going on, in my opinion. Who remembers? I remember Troll like when it first started, and people were like, "Oh, Troll hit 20 million. What the hell is happening?" Then it just ranges. It went from like 45 to 15, no, to 10 actually. Everybody thought it was rugging. Then it ranges forever, and then it goes to like almost 300 million. And everybody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy Troll now. I'm gonna buy Troll now. I'm gonna buy Troll now." Well, if you bought here, rest in peace, because you would be down. You'll be down 90% on your crypto investment. Good investor. But if something goes down 90% and the community is still ongoing and the volume is still there, which is definitely the case, this could be such a good opportunity to actually make money again. 27 million in market cap, 500k in volume. I think that the community is still alive. Are they still posting on X? Take a look at their X. If they're still posting, they are trolling. Look, they are trolling. The community is active. People are still sidelined. I get it. So, I like this. The community is active. In my opinion, there are still things going on here. There was a party in Miami. Why wasn't I invited? Anyway, I've been accumulating some. I've been buying at around 30 million in market cap. I think it's just a no-brainer. Like, if I was to full portfolio my Solana right now, I swear to God, I would buy Troll, because I think that this goes nowhere. In at least I wanted to see it back to something like this range. I think that at least comes here. At least there's going to be some sort of a push at some point. So yeah, I think it's a great idea to buy this. Obviously, don't put your life savings. Don't treat this as financial advice. It's some Bitcoin at the end of the day. It can go to zero. It can do absolutely everything. But I think that for the kind of like risk to reward that you get at these levels, I think it's such a good idea. If people knew the real meaning of 67, Philip, I don't know it. Like, if you do, just leave it down in the chat. Luna has relaunched. Yeah, I honestly have no idea what's going on here. Like, why is Luna pumping? This is terrible. Why? I know people that lost. I have very close friends that lost pretty much their life savings with this, and I'm not kidding. It's not a joke. I wish it was. It's 100 million market cap again. What's going on? Can somebody tell me? I didn't look into it. I just saw some tweets. Is this even a real account? Yeah, it's no longer active. Why is Luna pumping? Let's do some research live. I think this guy is sharing some very sensible technical analysis for Luna. Maybe it's a cabal that just wanted to just run a Ponzi. I don't know. Terra Luna Classic. Bro, this is so bad, by the way. Okay, I just want to find an explanation if somebody has any. So it went 2x in one day. Okay. Crime on Luna. Subject. What does Kyle say? No way. So the guy from CoinDesk showed up on camera wearing a Luna Classic, Terra Luna Classic t-shirt. Is that all it was? Bruh. Oh, is this guy? Are you guys telling me that this is the only reason why Luna went resurrected from the dead and just went 2x in one day? Oh my god. Like, that's it. And a bunch of retards just started buying the chart. Man, this is really bad. I'm not touching this shit. I'm not touching it. This is awful, by the way. Just shorted 1,000 LUN, 73%. Man, I wish you good luck. Like, if you want my advice, don't do over leverage. Just if you're doing leverage, don't shoot yourself in the foot, because just like it pumped, it's really risky. You can make so much money by shorting, but it's so risky, especially if you're using a very high leverage. So I hope that it's gonna work out for you, brother. Nobody knows 6-7, that's why it's so funny. Okay, so it's funny because nobody understands what it means? All right. Wait until I wear my FTX risk management. You should, yeah, you should come to Solana Breakpoint and wear that. Oh my God. Yeah, that's actually funny. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I would probably short it. Like, if that was the sole reason and there's nothing more to it, it's probably going to come down, but it's really risky to use leverage on this thing. It's not my... Yeah, use a stop loss, obviously. Always trade with a stop loss, guys. I'm shorting PIPPIN from 2.7 to X leverage. Oh, this is also something that has been on the news. So I didn't do extensive research on PIPPIN, but I saw that basically there's like a few wallets that have like over 80%, like 80% supply. So this is not crime. It's worse than crime. I don't even know what PIPPIN is. I've been shorting it. I think that if you go on my free Telegram, I posted an alert that I was shorting it. And I was doing a 20x short, and I was making so much money, but then I closed it and then it started pumping again like crazy. So I don't even know what this PIPPIN is. I just know that it's been pumping like crazy. I've been shorting it. Wait, not on this pump. Yeah, this pump. So I did the short from here up until like here. I didn't catch the real bottom, but it went down after and then it started pumping again. Honestly, this is utter crap. This is utter crap. This is like real Solana trenches crime. I don't even know if I can call it a play of the trenches, but this is awful, guys. This is something that really needs to be shorted to absolute zero. So my plan is to really short it with low leverage, to use very tight stop losses. And I'm gonna try to get as close as possible to the top and short it from there by using something like a 3x leverage. I did something with a 20x leverage, but then I closed it because I knew that there was just too much weird activity going on. But as soon as I can actually find the real top, I'm just going to short it with like very low leverage, because you can't be certain. Like, it's impossible to time the perfect top. Okay. Anyway, this is trash. I think that we could have topped already. I think that we might go double top or something like that, but I don't see it as like going much higher than this. So for instance, you can see that we're still in a bullish pattern. We had a descending wedge here and it started pumping again. So right now, just by looking at this, let's look at a 15-minute chart. I mean, we've kind of like retested the breakout a little bit, and it seems like we're still in a very bullish trend. So I don't know if I would short it here. Maybe from here. Maybe if it tries to have another fake out, but I see that nothing is going on and the volume decreases, maybe I have like a local double top here. I would try to maybe have a stop loss like here. And then wait if it goes to see a new double top. But if it goes, I mean, how high can it go really? Can it go above 300 million in market cap? The all-time high was 310. I honestly, is this even listed on... Yeah, it's not listed on big exchanges. I've been shorting this on Bitunix. So guys, if you if you take advantage of my offer of Bitunix, as I was saying before, you can actually short it there. This is what I've been doing. But yeah, just be incredibly careful with what you're doing, guys. Stay me, Cepryl, heal me. Steve, what can I do, bro? Not even me, I can save your portfolio. You can, but if you listen to me, you're probably gonna get some stuff right. You should probably short this kind of shitters, bro. It went like at 40, yeah. Imagine, this is why I'm saying, don't use excessive leverage when trading these things. Because first of all, they move so fucking fast that you don't need a 20x leverage. I did a 20x leverage, but it was like a 5-minute trade, okay? It was like a quick scalp. If I'm keeping my trade open for like, I don't know, it could be hours or even a few days, rest assured that I'm not using high leverage. I'm using a 3x max if something is as volatile as this. I'm using 3x for PIPPIN and for Farcoin, just because they move so freaking fast. And you can get just like a wick like that, and it's basically gonna squeeze all of the guys that are going long, okay? So imagine, they're going short, sorry. So imagine that you're shorting it from the top of like 30, and then it just wicks 30% in one candle. It means that if you're using more than a 3x leverage, you just get like liquidated immediately with one single wick. Like, it's freaking crazy. So because of that, guys, please don't over leverage when trading these things that are so volatile. Okay, the volume is crazy, by the way. So 100 million of trading volume over the last 24 hours. It's insanity. So use risk management. I do believe that these projects are extreme, utter garbage, but just be careful with the leverage, okay? I do recommend shorting it at the right time. Right now, I want to see, because it's still kind of like breaking out from this structure into the 15-minute chart. I still want to see what it does. It's still early. Primarily for its involvement into postcode wars. I don't know what a postcode war is. Postcode wars with rival gangs, particularly the 100, ready for any. What is this guy talking about? Is this a meme coin? I have no idea what the postcode wars are. Yeah, I would, bro. Like, it just pumped too much, but you just gotta be careful with the leverage, bro. Yeah, I have no idea what the guy was saying. Maybe you can clarify. What did he need to pump like that? 1 meter? Oh, you're probably talking about Luna. Yeah, I think just idiots. I think that, you know, if a guy like that just wears a t-shirt like that, it's just, everybody's gonna be starting to talk about it, but it's really bad. Like, why would you do that? I think it's so disrespectful as well for all the people that lost an insane and life-threatening amount of money. I have no idea why somebody like that would do it. It's quite trash. Anyway, coming back to the picks, I would also add WOJAK, as I said. So, if you guys are too young, are like Gen Alpha, Gen Z, whatever, I guess I'm still Gen Z. I'm 30. I don't know. Whatever the fuck I am. But anyway, WOJAK has been one of the OG memes of the internet, right? Troll face, WOJAK. Those have been the OG memes of the internet. And as a result, given that Troll went to 300 million in market cap pretty much, WOJAK is still at a very early phase. So you can look at the chart of Troll and just remove all this thing that is on the right, okay? What does the chart, if you just look at this, okay? Just look at this, and now go to the chart of WOJAK. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. So, I don't want it to lose this area. I'm looking at the daily chart. Even if I look at the 4-hour chart, I don't like this candle, but the market has been particularly shit over the last couple of days after that big green day that we had. So, if we get back on track, if Bitcoin doesn't go to 60K in the next couple of weeks, I do believe that we're going to reclaim this area first. Gonna have a double top and maybe some resistance here at the previous top. and we're going to go to a new all-time high around 100 million. I think that this needs to be at 100 million and above. I'm saying it right here. Maybe I'm wrong. In a normal market in which altcoins do moderately okay, I'm not even saying that they just outperform everything, but in a normal market, this will be a meme that goes to new highs, to big highs. Many WOJAK memes have tried in the past, but so was the case for Troll. Troll was not the OG troll face character meme coin. It was not. It was just a play that was picked up by the cabal, and a lot of KOLs on X starting to post about it, and everybody turned bullish as a result. This is the case with WOJAK as well. There's been so many attempts at making a good WOJAK meme coin. This is the first one that I see do particularly well, and the character is just too good to fade and ignore. That's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion. Good thing I didn't buy Luna. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't even say... You could short it, I guess, but it's still so risky because a pump like this is such a big anomaly. I don't know, man. London gangs, postcode wars. I have no idea, bro. Check 𝗏𝗏. I don't like 𝗏𝗏. 𝗏𝗏 was an altcoin that just last year was just pumping on BlackRock speculation that was proven to be wrong, and probably rumors spread by insiders. It's not my thing, bro. It's not my thing. What's your opinion about internet computer? ICP. It's trash. It's a coin that doesn't have a real, I don't know, like the tech is actually good, but this is my thoughts. This is my thoughts, and I know that people might disagree, but I'm in crypto to make money. I'm not in crypto for the tech. I think that the tech of ICP is great, it's very revolutionary, but if nobody uses that said tech, who cares? You can build the best tech in the world. If people don't use it, they were talks about ICP replacing Amazon Web Servers. No, check the data. Nobody's really using it. Who cares? The price action is crap. Now, look at the projects that actually have volume. 𝗏𝗏 has a lot of volume. There's insane TVL, stablecoin movements, and actual things that are being built and people are using. So that shit is good. But stuff like ICP, nobody uses it. Even if the tech is supposedly so good, like nobody uses it. Who was that guy shilling ICP? I remember that I did a video parody about that guy one day. Jerry? What was his name? I think he's the only guy talking about ICP still. Is he still talking about it? I don't even. He loves Solana, as do I. Bro, Solana literally changed my life. I mean, I've been buying Solana in the last bear market, and it was probably like my biggest win. Solana and Solana ecosystem projects, Solana meme coins, those are the things that really changed my financial life. And this is why I'm also right here sitting in front of the camera, because I've been so successful with Solana and its ecosystem. So yes, I will always love Solana. I'm still very confident into the future of Solana. And yeah, who doesn't love Solana? And the trenches are coming back. There's finally runners that go above 10 million. We saw 2 10 million above runners in the last week. KABUTO and freaking Franklin. And we're probably going to see more. So yeah. Aerodrome, I'm a big believer still in Base, and Aerodrome is like, you know, the most important DEX for Base, arguably. So yeah, I think it's good. I don't hold it. I don't hold any, but I think it's going to do well. Let me check the chart. I mean, it still looks okay. It still looks okay. It's not losing key level. It kind of reminds me of the chart of Sui a little bit. Yeah, the chart still looks okay. The volume is okay, although it's going down today. Yeah, I think yeah, I would buy. I would probably buy it. I don't hold any because I wanna keep my portfolio very trimmed. As I said, I'm only holding Kaspa, Sui, Sei, Hyperliquid. I'm holding very few projects right now. Obviously, I'm holding Solana because I use it every day to trade meme coins. But smash the like button. Thanks, Alex, for the reminder. If you guys are enjoying the alpha, if you're enjoying my content, make sure to smash the like button and also subscribe to my main channel. There is also link down under, okay? Like every single other referral link that I have and all that stuff. And also, if you're trading Solana meme coins like I'm doing, trade on Padre or Terminal. It's now called Terminal. It's the best trading bot out there. It was purchased by Pump Fund not that long ago, and from there, it just everybody started using it. And with my link, you get, I think it's 35% cashback on your own trade. So you remember those high trading fees that trading bots have? Just use my link, and it's 35% off. Okay, because all that gets redistributed to your Solana wallet after every trade that you make, okay? It's also linked down in the description of this video, or you can just go on to my bio on X. You should probably follow me on X anyway, _Cepryl_. Smash those likes. Thank you guys for the reminder. Okay, so here's the plan of action. I'm just gonna keep buying spot, as I was saying. I'm gonna keep an eye on the prices, on the things that I like. I'm also looking to buy pump. I was holding some. I'm not holding any at the moment. I'm just going to add it to my watch list right now here. But this is pretty much everything that I'm looking at the moment. So HyperLiquid that I bought today, SUI that I bought today, as I was saying before, 𝗏𝗲 that I've been accumulating as of recent, and obviously Solana ecosystem, Pump Fund, Pump, the Pump token. And I think that when the trenches really explode, Pump is really going to surprise a lot of people. At the end of the day, it's still like 1 billion in market cap. What's the market cap of Pump again? Yeah, 1 billion right now. So I think it's still cheap. I mean, if you look at the all-time chart, how can you say that this is not cheap? Look, we had this kind of bearish triangle. It's holding the support level, and in fact, we are very, very close to this support zone. We're not there yet. We touched it with this wick. You see this wick? Like, we touched it right here. So I hate using TradingView on CoinMarketCap, but anyway, we touched this area. So I think that I would buy here as like the preferred area. It would be somewhere around 0.0025. But at the end of the day, if this goes to 10 cents, does it really matter if you buy at 0.0025 or 0.003? It doesn't really matter. So this is what I'm saying. What's up? Gum is cool. What is up? I like Brett. I also like Brett, but Brett is really a cabal play. I was holding so much. I round trip. I think that Brett, and I keep it real with you, I share my wins and I share my losses. Brett was my worst round trip in crypto. Unfortunately, I round trip, and I'm not afraid to say I round trip multiple six figures of Brett, and I sold less than 6 figures. It's sad. I fucked up. That was my biggest fuckery of the last year. It went to 2 billion, and then it went to 100 million. It was really sad times. Can it go back? I sold at a massive loss. You also round trip Brett? Yeah, it's good to hear, fellow round trippers. It happens, yeah. You can't get them all right? At the end of the day, it's still like, I think that the biggest meme coin on base right now is 𝗏𝗏. Just because 𝗏𝗏 is way more organic than Brett. Brett is still a very cabal center play. That doesn't mean that Brett is not going to come back. If we have a real base season, I do think that it could send. Not because retail is going to be like, oh, Brett is it's so viral, bro. Let's all buy Brett. No, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like the cabal, Crash, all those kind of people are going to be like, oh, let's pump Brett because the normies are in and they're going to pump our bags and they're going to become our X liquidity. That's the only case in which Brett is going to pump. I don't know what's going to happen. Would I buy it right now? Probably not, just because I'm just so emotionally attached to it and I would fuck it up again. But at the end of the day, it's cheap right now. It's 100 million or so. But the volume is also very low. It doesn't... Let me see the volume of Brett. It has very low volume. Well, actually, it's way more than I thought. It's still 9%? With 50% down on the weekend? Okay, I'll say that still has more volume than I expected. This chart looks absolutely freaking horrendous right now. I would not buy it. But I would not be surprised if it goes back to 1 billion if we have like a crazy altcoin season. But I just fucked it up once. I'm not going to fuck it up again. That's all I'm going to say. All right. For me, coins that I'm actually making money on. I've been making money on Franklin. Freaking finally. I needed a runner. I bought it 3 mil and I sold at 15. So whatever. It went to 18. Who cares? Is it gonna go higher? Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I'm out for now. I'm gonna keep it real. But I'm looking for derivative plays on Franklin. I think there's gonna be some, and I'm sure that we're gonna find it into the Discord. So if you're not in my private Discord, get in there. The best trenching, the real trenching, no cap, no bullshit. It's right here. Okay? And everybody's making money in my group. I'm actually running one of the only groups in the trenches where people actually make money. So if you want to join, it's going to be linked down in the description, wop.com/Cepryl. Join Padre, start trading on there. Let's make money with meme coins and the trenches now that the market is coming back. It was a pleasure to have you guys on today to dedicate some of your Saturday with me to talk about degenerate plays. Let's make money next week. I have a good feeling. I hope to see you in my group. Let's make money together. I'll see you on the next time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Take care.